art always in me. I was once told that it's run in the blood. Kulka means blood in language. And I believe that the painting I do tell my stories to my people through my art. Well, my name is Harry Nona. In this video, I also I speak my language, uh, Kalalagawya, KLY. Ngaunel Arepeo Nona, Ngai Padulaig, Mawalaig, Mabuigi Laig, Saibalaig, Kararai. Ngau Totem, Tupmu, Stingray. Moa, Ngau Totem, Umai, Dog. Ngau Biag, Mabuigi Laig, Ngau Amatizi, Nanu Totem, Kadal, Wagadagam. Saibai, Ngau Totem Tabu, Toral Tabu. Kaigas Ngau Titui. I also my Naigai Gubalai. Naigai Gubalai means north wind. I like doing painting on canvas. Also, I like doing ceramics, lino printing, and a bit of carving on wood. But lately, I've been doing a lot of canvas. Canvas is my material that I use. After 20-something years underneath the water, I'm a fisherman now. I'm still diving today. I dive deep and I see things that was moving, creatures that I saw. I said to myself, well, if I can see these things underneath the water, I could put them into paintings. I try to tell the story. And I believe that the painting I do lean back to the days I was growing up. I was born on Waibani. I grew up on Badu. That's where I spoke my language, Kalalagaya. And also I have a really strong cultural connection to my dad and my grandfather and great-great-grandfather. And back home, when I was growing up, we never talk English, always talk language. And all around me, always activities happening, cultural dancing, island dancing, feasting, all connected to the culture. And a lot of carvings was done by old people. And when I was young, I need to sit. I always sit around them, look at the carvings, and see how they do those things. One of the old fellow said to me, you can do this. And I said, well, I can't. It's too hard to do carvings. And he said, no, it's in your blood. My art is really based back to my culture, my language, and also storytelling. Lately, I like working on canvas. That's how I put the sea creatures on a painting to try to tell them this is things I see underwater, and also my lifestyle on Badu, cooking fish on a fire, and hunting for turtles and dugongs. My connection to Kararai through my grandmother. We from Morolag, and they also moved around in Waibani, Kiriri, and Nurupai. But they were moved to Moa and intermarried to Badu. That's how I'm a Badu-like. And through my grandmother, through my mom, my grandmother, Annie Bowie, she's from Mobiag Island, a clan connected to Mobiag, Wagadagam, crocodile. Thank you for my elders before me, my ancestors. Kima pasi, maukule mabaika. When I started art, there was no Torres Strait art at that time. I was taught how to paint, how to use the technique to make a ceramics pots, and how to have paint on a piece of canvas, how you can treat the canvas and turn it into painting. I found a way to put the Torres Strait art on a piece of paper, on a canvas, so I can tell the stories. It's very important to continue the art. I just hoping that art will be here for years to come. I'm proud to be a fisherman. My art is all about the things that I do. I thank you for my talk, my language that I have spoken, and my heart that I shared with you.
My name is George Gabby. I'm from Thursday Island, originally from Mary Island and Mabiog. From Mabiog side, from my mom's side, from the Wagadagam clan there. Major totem bo Besai Wagadagam is the crocodile from Mary Island. From my dad's side and my mom's side too as well, from Zagareb tribe, the major totem there is Ahmed. And my wind for both sides is the Sager River, the southeasterly wind. But the language for they were Besai side is Waur, the southeasterly wind. For Mer is Sager. I'm a mixed media artist now, currently, here living on Thursday Island. I've been to all the other islands too, as well as guest artist. Worked there at Moa Art Center as a print assistant, and most of the works that I do is painting, drawing, screen printing, lino, crafts too as well. My mom too as well. My mom is one of the artists here, one of the local artists here on Thursday Island too as well. She does all the crafts, ukulele sessions with all the beautiful ladies here on Thursday Island. I also dance too as well, a cultural practitioner, and still learning my language too as well because of years of growing here in Thursday Island. So diverse with culture here too as well, different culture, and we learn new things every day too as well, and that's the thing that I do for my artwork. Like I mix all my works all together. Art for me, well, it runs through my blood through crafts and visual arts too as well, music, dance, storytelling, both sides of the family. I was in probably kindy, I think, still in preschool. I picked up art. Uncle James Passy is one of the acrylic artists here too as well. He's one of the painter. Yeah, he paint one of the murals up in the portraits at the school there. Um, that actually encouraged me into getting into painting, doing painting too as well. I started as a sketch artist because the same time he babysit me, probably when I was 3 years old, still in Kimbi's. Yeah, he gave me a pencil, lead pencil, paper and a rubber, and that actually activated everything through the bloodline. So that's how I picked up art. So after school, I went straight into uni, Griffith University. Started 1 year there, then I came out from there. I came back this freelance from there. Started doing workshops for Gab, uh, even for myself too as well. My personal time, doing screen printing for the local football Compia Grand Final. 3 years straight, I've been doing screen printing for supporter shirts. Um, or even the shirt here too as well. This shirt here is one of the drawings that I did for a dance team here, a local dance team from Murray Island, Epkari and Bezam. This Tirik here represents us as Bezam moving forward as families too as well. So this design came out from one of the design from the old shirt to now put it on this plain black shirt here. This painting is called Human by Nature. The reason why I put human by nature there, how we connected to the land, sea, and sky. As you can see, the yellow here in the middle is the reflection of the light, the fire. And there's men sitting around the fire here doing a ritual, whether they want to go out for trading back in the days, trading, war, or hunting, just to come back and to provide, protect the community and everything. So all of them animals and everything, the designs is connected into the seasons changing from season to season. And the canvas is acrylic on canvas, uh, wet on dry technique that I did. So I did the background first, and then I came back with the black, and I finished it off. As you can see, most of my works are just made. When I create, it's just about the same thing over and over, but they play a part in different day through to different situations too as well. Your mood, whether they give you, and then during the time when I'm ready for create something, it doesn't have a time to it as well. So I just whatever things come into my mind, I just create. So I just let it flow most of the time. Sometimes when there's company there, I do just what I can, and then after that, um, I lose the momentum of creating my piece. So I just drop it and just become one of the company. When I create something, I like to do a rough sketch first, like a small plan, and then doesn't look very nice to the first part of it. But once I get into it now, and I create it from scratch, and whatever mistake I make, I don't go back and scratch the whole thing off. Only if the canvas is damaged altogether, then I scratch it. But most of the time, when I make a mistake, I go back and I fix it and come back and I create. So most of them works. Most of every works, I have mistakes in all of it, but no one can see my mistakes. Only the artist can see it. Another one here. This one represents me and my son in our journey. I'm always on the internet too as well, looking for new techniques come out in the art industry. Like when new techniques come out, everybody tries to create their own. So that's what I do too as well, just to show my skills in different. I like to challenge myself too as well in different mediums. uh, and create today's realities issue, like the pandemic, whatever other viruses or sickness in the world, or the war going on now with whoever is in the high rank there needs to do something. Like, so that's why most of my works is just based on nature, because I believe if we want to move forward and still practice our culture and culture protocols or whatnot, we have to have a healthy environment for when we take the young boys out to become men now, like the Jugong and Turtle initiation, manhood initiation, first shave. All of the jugongs and everything will be still healthy. The reef and everything will be still healthy. No plastics and whatnot is going into the blood molecules or whatever is flowing to the veins. The culture will still be burning. There will still be more wood put into the fire because new generation know the same process of doing everything in today's society. Still practicing the culture protocols. So this one here is a stencil paper. First process, we got this stencil paper here, and this one I only just started using this too. There's speedball screen filler and screen drawing fluid. Screen drawing fluid, yeah, this one. So this one, if you have a screen for when you're doing screen printing, I'll do another demo after for this one. So this one can act as a stencil to himself. So this blue screen drawing fluid, yeah, you do your design on this one, and then this brown screen filler, yeah, you put this one after, and you come back, then you use a gurney or something. Use a gurney or something to wash this blue one off, and whatever you drew on or paint onto the canvas or the screen will appear, but only this filler will act as this stencil here. So whatever I draw, but this is a stencil paper, so there's two ways of making the stencil. So this one is one of them, stencil here, and I'll do a demo first.
Kisipay nga pa mulai biar keda quick matani ang harmonica awgar. Glory, glory, shakai na glory. Ninunga ingaruni beka. Yesu, Yesu, alepa omega. Umiawat matani urgia walay di. Yesu, Yesu, koi kugar ka ziu, koi kugar ka. Inap girer, yu tingay ni beka. Glory, 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 hallelujah. Niyaw ka. Katonda mulunji kwangu. Mokozi wibiani Bwana Yesu, Dio setabo, harmonica danagarkani. Yesu,
Yesu ni harmonica kayaga.
Yesu,
Yesu ni harmonica kayaga.
Yesu,
Yesu ni harmonica kayaga.
Matani nukuna kana parapari na harmonia kimala tesarua. ya walaidi. Yesu, Yesu, kuikubarka ziu kuikubarka. Ina pirer yuting haini beka. Glory, 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 hallelujah. Ni auka. Katonda mulungi kwangu. Mokozi wibiani Bwana Yesu. Dio setabo. Almonika dana kakani. Yesu.
Yesu ni ngamonika kayauka.
Yesu.
Yesu ni ngamonika kayauka.
Yesu.
Yesu ni ngamonika kayauka.
Glory, 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 hallelujah. Ni auka. Katonda mulungi kwangu. Mokozi wibiani Bwana Yesu. Dio setabo. Malmunika dana kakani. Yesu.
Yesu ni ngamonika kayauka.
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 Yesu. Ebe me geri bide. Marina tkili. Ibas yarda ulam darat kieda. Kara de begelirdi, siki de azimada. Lusiki se epitli kari, merkev gepli. Isursu, where Mr. Mari naskeda. Ebe me geri vide. Marina tili. Bibas yarda ulam darat kieda. Kara de begelirdi, siki de azimwada. Lusiki se epitli kari, erkev gepli. Sursu, where mi se mari naskeda. Sursu, where mi se mari naskeda. Sursu, where mi se mari naskeda.
Okay, the second part, no, this is the third part now. The third part, you just cut, follow the lines.
Dreadlock warrior, sitting by bonfire. Strategy to conquer, mystical power. Well. Dreadlock warrior, sitting by bonfire. Strategy to conquer, mystical power. Them say warriors of young and old, battle for survival as it was told. Headhunters would kill, have collections of bones, destroying different clans with spears and arrows, yeah. Back in the days, yeah. Dreadlock warrior, sitting by bonfire. Strategy to conquer, mystical power. Well. Dreadlock warrior, sitting by bonfire. Strategy to conquer, mystical power. Gagainue, dayakinue. Gagainue, dayakinue. Gagainue, dayakinue. Gagainue, dayakinue. Standing at heights where no man would go, won't know. Rowing into territories bloodshed unfold. Yeah. Through the powers and protection is the life of the unknown. The war might be over, but the story lives on. Dreadlock warrior, sitting by bonfire. Hey, strategy to conquer, mystical power. Well. Dreadlock warrior, sitting by bonfire. Strategy to conquer, mystical power. Gagainue, dayakinue. Gagainue, dayakinue. Gagainue, dayakinue. Gagainue, dayakinue.
So now that I finished cutting the stencil, I have to grab masking tape, then masking tape it down into the screen. And as I prepare my screen, when the screen is finished taped down, I prepare my shirts. I want to go on this one. Okay, this first print that I go print down is the background. So I will probably go with this turquoise color here. So this screen here be created from the speedball. The speedball just speed up the process because you just paint on, whereas the stencil cutting out and taping it down to the screen is another time consuming, especially if you're doing here and there. You find yourself keep coming back because you forget one thing, then you forget another something. From this one now. Yeah, I normally when I spread the ink up on the thing, I put it straight first and then tilt it to come on an angle so you can spread the ink evenly. And just give it a tap and some slide across. Just get more of that. The background, this is just the background. And then so this is the opaque black, which is nice and thick. So I like using the opaque black for the last process for the ink, because I'm thicker. Cover aqua because it'll runny, but this one here is nice and thick. It's black, so you can look at the texture on top of the shirt. This paint is easy for dry too. This black opaque. You do in different colors too, but for the local football team, maybe do over 60 the first day. Maybe 74 shirts. And this is all sizes, kids and adults. from medium, from small right through for 5XL. And I had to dye everyone, tie-dye everyone. It was just straight color. So lucky I had just green and yellow in one bucket. And then for the stencil, I had to do one quote at the front and another quote at the back. So there's another 2 screen on top. Yeah, so once again, hope you enjoy my clip here. In my time here with the Gaptitui gangs here, sharing my knowledge, my experiences of playing around with different techniques here. Sorry I can't be with you play the COVID because of the COVID-19 here. Hope to see you play again in person in Cairns, CIAF, or maybe down at Phil, or maybe somewhere. Yeah, I might see you here when I'm doing a workshop, but I hope to see you there. Yes, so.